7 on the clock, I pushed the door of Miller's bar. The bartender looked up at me and said, "Man, it's been too long." Dust was lying on the stage where we used to play till 2. I saw my brother's old guitar still hanging in the back room. He said, "I found this in the jukebox, thought you should have it tonight." There was one last song on that old machine, one last voice from a younger me. He said, "If you're hearing this, don't walk away. Play one more song before you leave this place." So I poured that whiskey down and took my brother's guitar down. Miller's was closing for good, but tonight that old stage understood. The tape began to crackle, then I heard him laugh and say, "Remember that November night we played till the morning came?" He talked about the broken hand, the girl who left us both. Then his voice got quiet for a while before he said, "I miss those roads." I looked across that empty room and heard his voice again. There was one last song on that old machine, one last voice from a younger me. He said, "If you're hearing this, don't walk away. Play one more song before you leave this place." So I poured that whiskey down and took his guitar down. Miller's was closing for good, but tonight that old stage understood. The one nobody ever heard. By the second verse I couldn't sing, so the guitar said the words. The bartender turned the neon off, but left the stage light burning. I played until the tape ran out and felt the whole night turning. There was one last song at Miller's bar, underneath that broken star. I played it for the empty room and for the brother I still knew. When the final note came down, there wasn't a single sound. I left his guitar where it used to be and took his last song home with me. Rain was tapping on the hood. I was thinking about going home like an old tired driver would. Then she opened up my back door, wearing red beneath the rain. Said, take me down to Michigan and don't ask me my name. She gave me an address to a hotel I knew well, but I hadn't seen that building since the night I couldn't forget. She sat quiet in the back seat, watching Chicago disappear. Woman in the red coat, why do I remember you? Woman in the red coat, where have you been all these years? You never said a word to me. You only watched the rain. But I swear I knew that face like I'd seen it yesterday. 22 years earlier, I drove that very same road. She was sitting in my back seat with a suitcase she could barely hold. She told me that her husband had died that night downtown. She said she'd come back for something, but she'd never come back around. I looked into the mirror and my hands began to shake. The woman in the red coat was wearing the same face. I turned the radio down and heard the rain fall harder. Woman in the red coat, why do I remember you? Woman in the red coat, what did you come here to do? You never said a word to me. You only watched the rain. But I swear I knew that face like I'd seen it yesterday. We reached the old hotel, but the lobby wasn't there. Just an empty brick wall and rain blowing through the air. I turned around to tell her, we've arrived, ma'am, we're here. But the back seat was empty and there was nobody near. I found a photograph lying underneath the seat. Two people standing in the rain. 22 years ago that week. Woman in the red coat, I finally know your name. You were never riding home. You were looking for that night till she brought it back again. I still drive Michigan when the clock strikes 1. Sometimes I see a red coat when the headlights hit the rain. In Chicago, and I was sweeping up the floor. Another night of empty glasses, another night behind the door. I moved an old photograph that had been hanging there for years, and something fell behind it. I found a letter with no tears. The paper had turned yellow, but I knew that handwriting. 30 years disappeared when I saw her name. Sarah wrote the letter, and suddenly I was 29. Had to go. There was a letter behind the bar, 3 decades too late, and one last song between us that time could not erase. She wrote about that summer when we played until the dawn. She said she knew she loved me, but she knew she couldn't stay. She'd found out she was sick and didn't want to make me choose between the life I'd built in Chicago and the life I'd have to lose. She said, I watched you play from the doorway every night. You always said the blues could save you. I hope you were right. Then I reached the final line, and my hands began to shake. There was a letter behind the bar, guitar, play our song tonight. Don't play it for the memory, play it for the life we had. I poured 2 glasses of whiskey, though I knew I'd drink alone. Then I took my old Gibson and sat beneath the stage light. There was a letter behind the bar and a song I hadn't played. I played every note we wrote together for the love we never say. There was a letter behind the bar and the rain began to fall. I played our song one final time for the woman who started it all. When the song was finally over, I folded up the letter, put it back behind the photograph, and left the bar light burning. In Chicago, rain was running down the glass. I walked into a pawn shop looking for a guitar that wouldn't last. Behind a stack of broken radios, I found a box of tapes. One was marked in faded ink with a name I couldn't place. 1987, written underneath the date. The owner looked at me and said, "Son, you just found a ghost." He said, "Daniel Cole played that night, best bluesman I ever knew." There's a tape in the pawn shop with a voice from long ago, the guitar crying through the speakers like it never let him go. There's a tape in the pawn shop and a story no one knows. He disappeared that night, but his 6-string still can talk. Took the tape back home and put it in an old machine. The crowd came through the speakers like a memory I'd never seen. Then Daniel hit one guitar chord and the whole room seemed to shake. His voice came through the static like a man who knew his fate. He said, "If I don't come back, let this song remember me." Then he played the slowest blues I'd ever heard in my life. 3 minutes of guitar, and then the crowd went silent. There's a tape in the pawn shop with a voice from long ago, a guitar crying through the found something written there. Blue Moon Hotel, room 19. And underneath, don't let them find me. There's a tape in the pawn shop, and now I know the truth. He wasn't running from the blues, he was running from his past. There's a tape in the pawn shop, and his guitar still knows the way. I play that final recording every night before I close. Somewhere in Chicago, there's a room with no one there, but Daniel Cole is still playing every time I press rewind. On Wabash, I turned my father's key. The hallway smelled like cigarettes and things he left for me. The kitchen light was yellow, a bottle stood half full. I poured myself a little and wondered what he knew. There was dust upon the window and rain across the glass. Chicago looked the same outside, but nothing felt the same. I thought I knew that man until I opened up that drawer in the apartment on Wabash. I found the truth that night, letters he had never mailed, hidden out of sight. In the apartment on Wabash, with whiskey on the floor, I found the father I remember and the man I never knew before. The first letter said my mother's name, the second said mine. He wrote about the night he left and how he crossed that line. He said he tried to call us, but pride kept holding on. He watched us from a distance for 20 years and gone. Then underneath the letters, I found a faded case. I opened up the guitar's face. There was a note beneath the strings, written in his hand. In the apartment on Wabash, I found the truth that night. Letters he had never mailed, hidden out of sight. In the apartment on Wabash, with whiskey on the floor, I found the father I remembered, and the man I never knew before. If my son finds this guitar, tell him what I couldn't say. I wasn't running from my family, I was running from the man I'd made. If he can't forgive me, he doesn't have to call my name. Just play this guitar once and let it carry away the blame. I sat beside the window till the whiskey glass was dry. Then I played the first 3 chords and finally let him go. In the apartment on Wabash, the rain began to fall. I played the song he never finished for the father I once called. In the apartment on Wabash, I understood that night. Sometimes love gets lost in silence, but it doesn't always die. I left the bottle on the table, took his guitar with me, and locked the door behind me for the last time on Wabash. .142 in Chicago, Platform 9 was almost still. I was waiting for the last train with a whiskey flask to kill the chill. Then I saw that old suitcase sitting underneath the light. Nobody came to claim it, nobody came back that night. I found a name upon the handle, written in a fading hand. Chicago, Illinois. One ticket in his coat. I should have walked away, but something made me stay. There's a suitcase on platform 9, and a story left behind. A man's whole life inside a case, and a daughter's name upon a page. There's a suitcase on platform 9, and a voice from another time. He said, if I don't make it home, tell her I was trying. There was a photograph of a little girl standing beside a Christmas tree, a newspaper from October, and a note that said, forgive me. Then I found the old cassette inside a pocket of his coat. I pressed the button in the station and heard a broken voice. He said, honey, if you hear this, I don't know where I'll be, but I wrote you one more song, so you'll remember me. Then beneath his final words, I heard 6 strings begin to cry. There's a suitcase on platform 9, and a story left behind. A man's whole life inside a case, and a daughter's name upon a page. There's a suitcase on platform 9, and a voice from another time. He said, if I don't make it home, tell her I was trying. The recording suddenly stopped. Then the station speaker called, final train to Springfield, but James never boarded at all. I asked the night conductor if he'd seen that name before. He shook his head and whispered, some men leave without a door. I took the cassette with me and finished what he wrote. The last 4 bars were missing, so I gave them back their home. There's a suitcase on platform 9, but the song is still alive. I played it for his little girl 20 years after that night. There's a suitcase on platform 9, but the man is gone from sight. Some stories never reach their homes, but a blue song sometimes can. The last train disappeared
As the morning light came through, I left the suitcase at the station, but I kept the song for you.
.27 in Chicago, rain was pounding on the door. I was working in the garage like I'd done 1,000 times before. Then I pulled the tarp away from a car covered in dust. 20 years of Chicago weather had turned the chrome to rust. There was a photograph stuck beneath the driver's seat, a man with a worn-out guitar and a smile I couldn't read. On the back he wrote one line: was the one he couldn't complete. I found the cassette inside the glove box door. His voice came through the speaker like he'd been waiting there before. He said, "My little girl, if you ever hear this song, I'm driving out of Chicago before the morning comes." He said he spent 10 years trying to find the words to tell her why he disappeared and how much it had hurt. Then I heard the engine start and a door slam in the rain. There's a car under the tarp and a story in the dark, a photograph, a cassette, and a man nobody could find. There's a car under the tarp waiting 12
guitar behind the tears. The next morning she called me and asked what he had said. I told her. He said he was sorry, and he never stopped loving you. There's a car under the tarp, but the story finally moved. A daughter heard her father's voice after 20 years of silence. There's a car under the tarp and a song beneath the dust. Sometimes the things we leave behind are the things that bring us home. I closed the garage door as the morning rain came down. The old car stayed behind me, but his blue stayed in this town. 311 in Chicago. Machines were turning slow. I was working through the night with nowhere else to go. A blue shirt in the dryer had been sitting there too long. I reached inside the pocket and found her key beside a note. Room 18, don't let her wait. I should have thrown it in the lost and found, but something in those words wouldn't let me put it down. There was a key in a blue shirt and a story in my hand. One forgotten room in Chicago, one unfinished plan. There was a key in a blue shirt and a name I couldn't forget. Somebody was still waiting for a man who never came back yet. The address led me downtown to an old apartment building. The hallway smelled of dust and rain was through the ceiling. Room 18 was unlocked, like somebody knew I'd come. Inside I found a photograph of a father and his daughter. There was a guitar in the corner with 6 strings worn and old, and a cassette beside it with a voice that sounded cold. shirt and a name I couldn't forget. Somebody was still waiting for a man who never came back yet. He said, "Tell my little girl I never stopped trying. I kept a picture with me every night I was gone." Then the tape went silent and I knew what had happened. He never reached the train, he never made it home. I took his old guitar back to the laundromat. At 4:45 that morning, I played the song he left behind. There was a key in a blue shirt and a song beneath the dust. A father left his daughter with a promise and some rust. There was a key in a blue shirt and a melody that stayed. Sometimes a man disappears, but his music doesn't fade. The machines kept turning, the rain kept falling down. I played his unfinished song while Chicago slept around me.
In Chicago, the Granada was closing down. They'd sold the seats and torn the curtains. There was dust all over town. I was taking out the old projector when I found a film behind the wall. No name written on the can, just a date from long ago. I fed the reel into the machine and watched the screen come alive. There was a blues man on the stage playing underneath the lights. Then I saw his face and I forgot to breathe. It was my brother on the screen, 30 years before tonight, playing that old Chicago blues underneath the theater lights. It was my brother on the screen, the man we thought was gone. And every note he played that night was still carrying on.
watched him bend that old guitar the way he taught me when I was young. Then the crowd began to disappear, and the final song was sung. He walked toward the camera and looked directly at the lens. For the first time in 30 years, I heard his voice again. He said, "Frank, if you see this, then I didn't make it home. Don't spend your life looking for me. Just know I wasn't alone." The projector kept turning while the theater disappeared. It was my brother on the screen, 30 years before tonight, playing that old Chicago blues underneath the theater lights. It was my brother on the screen, the man we thought was gone. And every note he played that night was still carrying on. Showed him leaving through the side door in the rain. A black car waited outside, then the picture went to flames. But before the reel ended, he looked back one more time and held his guitar toward the camera like he was handing it to me. I sat alone in the theater while the projector slowly turned. For 30 years I thought he'd left us. Now I knew what he'd learned. It was my brother on the screen, and his final song was mine. The theater came down the next morning, but I saved that reel that night. It was my brother on the screen, and I finally understood. Some men disappear from the world, but their music never could. The Granada fell the next day, but I kept the projector light. And every year at midnight, I play my brother's final night.
109 in Chicago. Rain was running down the glass. The hospital called my number, said your old friend wants you back. Room 407. After 18 years apart, I carried my old guitar and a weight inside my heart. He looked thinner than I remembered, but his eyes were still the same. He pointed toward the cabinet and whispered out my name. There's something you should know before I go. There's a guitar in room 407 and a story from long ago. A man walked away from the music for a reason no one knew. There's a guitar in room 407 and 18 years of silence. Sometimes the truth takes half a lifetime to finally find its way home. He showed me an old photograph from the summer of '89. Two young men beneath the stage lights, thinking we had all the time. He said the night I left the band, my little girl was dying. The doctors gave us one last chance, and I couldn't keep on playing. I sold my Gibson the next morning, paid the hospital bill. I thought you'd understand someday, but I was scared you never would. I couldn't find the words, so I reached for my guitar. There's a guitar in room 407 and a story from long ago. A man walked away from the music for a reason no one
sat beside his bed and played the first 4 chords. His breathing followed every note. His eyes were closed in peace. When I reached the final verse, his hand stopped holding mine. There's a guitar in room 407, and now I understand. He didn't leave because he hated me. He left to save his child. There's a guitar in room 407, and one last song tonight. I played it for my brother as the hospital lost its light. The rain kept falling outside as I walked into the hall. I carried his old photograph, but left the guitar by his side.